My name is Alex Duckworth. I'm from Kingsburg, Nova Scotia, a small town in Lunenburg County, which is quite well known for fishing and boat building, lots of sailing. I grew up sailing here as a kid, and yeah, this is where I call home.
5 Olympic Games, we've had 3 Olympians that have attended in a row from here. It's insane. All snowboarders, all half-pipe athletes.
I'd never even watched the Olympics on TV, so I didn't get it. I get it now, and I got it then when I was standing there and I saw these athletes that worked their whole lives just to get there.
It's got the Atlantic Ocean that way. Minus Basin Bay of Fundy is less than 30 minutes that way. Rains. It's so close to the ocean you can smell it some days, so it's a real dumb place to have a ski resort.
If it does snow, it'll be melted within 24 hours kind of thing.
It wasn't really planned. I just thought to make it onto the Olympic team was just going to be this, I don't know, impossible feat.
This season, I wanted to come back to Nova Scotia and sort of reconnect with the roots and where it all started. And it just so happened to be a record-breaking winter. We actually have snow on the ground for the first time that I can remember it. We have a plethora of summer athletes coming out of the province, but when it comes to winter athletes, we've got Sidney Crosby and snowboarding.
Well, you should have wetsuits on. You end up right in the ocean.
Something about Martock, there's just a real family and community around it. You know, we've been really lucky to kind of have this amazing energy and group of people that have dedicated their time to this resort. Sometimes I come here 3 times a week, but it's still always exciting getting in the car and knowing that that's where I'm heading. I was super lucky to cross paths with a really amazing coach at a young age. He was the guy that really kind of let me in on the possibilities of coming out of Martock.
My first memories of working with Alex is, well, she was pretty small, and she would put these goggles on and they pretty much would cover her entire face.
I remember when he first told me about Sarah Conrad. She was this older girl from Ski Martock, but she was never around because she was always away competing in national events. I was just surprised to hear that someone had kind of made it to the national stage out of the province.
I just remember her being really small and a really good snowboarder. Then we started some training with like a team and stuff, and it was called the Trevor Anders Snowboard League. And that was really intriguing to me because I thought that maybe I would get to meet Trevor.
Martock is crazy. I dream about riding there a lot. The staff was cool, you know, and people worked with us and heard us, and it was kind of funny because we were a bunch of little kids, you know.
I've worked here at Martock for 30 years. I am the captain. I remember seeing Trevor Andrews probably in the middle 90s. He was only about that tall and the snowboard was bigger than him.
With Trevor, I just remember him being like a pain in the butt. And he was like the first of a long line of pains in the butt.
It's such just a place that's like kind of ingrained inside of me, you know. I'll hear like the sound of the chairlift, like the you know, the wheels, like when you're going up the chair, you know that sound?
I'm most impressed by Trevor for actually kind of paving that road and just going ahead and doing it initially in 1998 against all odds.
It's a bigger deal maybe than I thought it was, you know what I mean? Just to see how much pride and support and, you know, love that I was getting from other people about it, it was like, whoa. I remember I had like my mom's hiking boots with the socks duct tape so I could fit in the bindings. I still know like every zone at Martock, like every little hit, every tree run. The way I grew up really just kind of gave me that kind of DIY mentality.
There's a lot to be said for having athletes that have gone to the Olympics from a little resort.
They're actually, one of few resorts left in Canada that continues to invest in actually building a halfpipe.
There's been a halfpipe here since 1995, 1994, and we have that legacy of athletes, from Trevor Andrew and all these other kids that are coming up now. I mean, I really wonder what the future holds for halfpipes, where they're disappearing off the face of the earth right now, it seems like, at an alarming rate.
Not having halfpipes and not having, those type of facilities, for kids to push themselves and push the sport is like not having art in schools.
It's such an important part of snowboarding's history. Without the halfpipe, I think a lot of things would change.